Right now, testimony in the Halderson trial picking back up. How the medical examiner says Krista Halderson was killed.
And our temperatures continue to drop this morning. What's our actual high temperature and what'll it feel like this afternoon? I'll answer that coming up.
Also addressing the bus driver shortage for schools, how the state is making it easier to get a license to drive a school bus.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. The prosecution expected to rest its case today in the Chandler Halderson trial.
The Dane County Chief Medical Examiner testified yesterday on her examination of Krista Halderson's remains. They were found in the town of Roxbury. The examiner says cuts on the remains looked like they were sawed and that they came after Krista had died. While she couldn't determine the cause of death, she says the manner was homicidal violence.
I have no explanation for why these two legs would be found in a state park other in the course of a natural death. I believe that she died as a result of some violence, a non-natural death, and the cause of death is described as homicidal violence.
Attorneys also revisited previous testimonies to try and refresh the jury's memories after the delay. If you'd like a refresh, a more in-depth look at this trial, you can head to channel3000.com. We have a page specifically dedicated to the case. You can also download our free News 3 Now app.
The trial for a former Badgers football player charged with killing two women in early 2020 has been delayed until summer. According to court documents, Marcus Randall L. is charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 2 weapons-related charges. He and his attorneys appeared virtually in Rock County Court yesterday for what was originally planned as a pretrial hearing ahead of the trial that was expected to begin next month. Ultimately, all parties agreed that August 8th should be the new start of the trial.
To another top story today, the weather, the temperatures headed downward. Austin Kopnitsky here with your certified most accurate forecast. Yeah, just a sigh, Austin.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm a big fan of the next few weeks whenever we start to see that average temperature eventually starting to increase. But for right now, we are pretty close to our coldest point of the year on average, and it's going to really feel like it outside, cooling things down for today thanks to a northwesterly breeze. An alert day for Thursday. That looks to be one of the coldest days that we have in our forecast as of right now. A few flurry chances for the weekend, a possibility of some snow showers on this upcoming Monday as well. But for the next few days, we really just don't have a lot of activity going on in our Doppler track right now. Currently staying dry, quite a bit of some cloud cover for some, but we're still going to see that sunshine poking through. Partly cloudy skies are expected. Mostly cloudy skies are possible at times. But then you look at the upper teens, or rather lower teens and upper single digits for this afternoon. That's about as high as these temperatures are going to get for the afternoon hours. Early this morning, we're still seeing some of those upper teens, but those temperatures are on their way down right now. But then you look at our wind chill forecast here. This is what we're expecting, not so much right now, but for tomorrow morning. That's where we have that alert day in effect. It's going to feel like it's about 10 to 20, maybe even 25 degrees below zero at times. And even towards the afternoon, not a ton of relief. Still going to feel like it's right around zero, maybe a degree or 2 below zero. But those are the wind chills. And then later on that night, we are actually going to see a colder night, but not nearly as much wind. So what that really does for us is it keeps our wind chills very close to our actual temperatures. So even though the air temperature tomorrow morning is going to be not as cold as the following day, it's going to feel a lot colder tomorrow morning thanks to that breeze that we're expecting. Now, wind chill advisories are going to go into effect at midnight tonight, and they'll last through noon tomorrow. So these are not currently in effect right now, but you're still going to need to bundle up outside as you do head out early this morning. But that alert day, low temperatures, oof, it's going to be around 5 degrees below zero, a high temperature of only 9 there on this Thursday. So wind chills even feeling like 0 to 10 below even throughout those afternoon hours. So the high temperature trend staying well below our average. Average high is about 27 degrees. Closest we're going to see there this Saturday, 23, and next Friday at 24. So pretty much this entire forecast is below average. That alert day for Thursday, a few scattered snow showers looking possible on Monday as of right now, but not too much in terms of accumulation. But of course, if we start to see some changes or increasing chances of snowfall, we're going to keep you posted with all the latest.
All right, Austin. So for that low of 7 degrees coming on, 7 below here coming up in a couple of days, what are we talking for wind chills here?
Oh, so that morning with lack of winds, it's going to feel like it's around 7 below there at times. So thankfully the winds are really going to be at their worst tomorrow and not a two-time event there. Otherwise, we'd have to have another alert day there for that Friday morning.
There you go, Austin Kopnitsky. Thanks a lot, man. All right, with that alert day in our forecast, you're probably going to wake up a little bit early to scrape your windshield.
Aside from dangerous driving, if you don't, you might get pulled over. McKenna Alexander is here this morning with the risks. Good morning, McKenna.
Yeah, good morning, you two. Well, we've all been there. I know I've been there. You're running late to work and only half scrape your car's windshield. And while that makes it harder for you to drive, it's also actually illegal. Now, the fine in Wisconsin is a hefty $175 for not fully clearing all your windows. The steep ticket comes from concerns over the obvious visual impairment, but also the risk of snow or ice flying from your car and hitting another vehicle or person. Now, another common winter practice is starting your car several minutes before you drive so that it can heat up. Coming up on Channel 3000, I'll share ways to do so safely.
I am always this person who's like peering through the ice, and then the sun is hitting the ice. So I need to cut that out.
It's just a whole mess, Leah.
Exactly. I promise I'll be better, McKenna. I don't want that fine.
We all should be.
Thank you very much. 6:05 now. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation looking to make it a little easier to get your license to help with the bus driver shortage around the state. From now until the end of March, drivers looking to get their S endorsement will not have to take the portion of the test that covers under the hood engine components, thanks to a temporary waiver. The written and road sections of the test remain unchanged. The DMV administrator says examiners will instead focus on the testing requirements that are critical to safety in order to help school districts struggling to recruit qualified bus drivers. Officials also sent nearly 1,000 drivers letters urging them to renew if they had let their bus licenses lapse.
The Madison Common Council ended its meeting last night with no vote on the police body cam pilot program. They unanimously voted to refer the vote to the April 19th meeting. Last week, the city's Public Safety Review Committee voted to put the pilot program on hold, but the final say is up to Common Council. The city has already budgeted $83,000 to buy 48 cameras for officers on the north side to wear if they want to see if the citywide mask mandate would work.
To the January 6th attack, the House committee investigating the Capitol riots has issued a new round of subpoenas to some of former President Trump's closest advisors, including Rudy Giuliani. The committee is continuing to widen its scope into Trump's orbit. This time they're demanding testimony from Giuliani and 3 others who publicly defended the president and the baseless voter fraud claims in the months after the 2020 election.
Breaking overnight, the New York Attorney General's office pursuing action against former President Donald Trump and his children, Donald Jr. and Ivanka. In a series of tweets, Attorney General Letitia James laying out that the Trump organization used fraudulent and misleading asset valuations to get loan and tax benefits. The court filing says state authorities have yet to decide on bringing a civil lawsuit with the allegations, but former President Trump and his kids are expected to be questioned now as part of the probe. Trump and his lawyers say the investigation is politically motivated.
Wisconsin Republican lawmakers are introducing a package of legislation that would tighten eligibility for unemployment benefits and Medicaid coverage. The GOP says the bills are designed to get more people into the workforce and address what they maintain is a crippling labor shortage in the state. The sweeping package of bills would require audits of recipients' work searches and a state audit of attempts to prevent fraud. The bills would also shrink the length of time people can receive unemployment benefits as the unemployment rate drops and prohibit automatic renewal of Medicaid benefits.
The workforce shortage is extremely real and dire. This has been coming for a long, long time. Perhaps 20 years ago, before I was ever thinking about running for office, I would hear about nursing shortages. Well, yeah, it'll sort of take care of itself. Well, we're here to put the pieces together.
Bills would also strip Medicaid benefits from able-bodied childless adults who refuse a job offer, would also deny unemployment benefits to people who refuse job interviews or don't show up. Republicans plan on voting for those bills before the end of next month.
U.S. Senate Democrats pressing forward on voting rights bills. However, the legislation faces a major roadblock since not all Democrats support changing Senate rules that would allow lawmakers to pass it with a simple majority. Democrats gathering last night to discuss their next steps with a procedural vote planned as soon as today. Republicans, though, are expected to block it from getting the required 60 votes.
This is about one party wanting the power to unilaterally rewrite the rule book of American elections.
The public is entitled to know where each senator stands on an issue as sacrosanct as defending our democracy.
Key moderates Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema have said that they oppose changing Senate rules to pass voting rights legislation with a simple majority, despite mounting pressure from the White House.
6:09 on your Wednesday. Coming up, Badger men's basketball in action last night. Let's see if they can keep their win streak alive.
And we're going to meet the two girls changing the gaming industry in the 608 when we come back.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega mattress clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley Home Store.
There's no telling what's in store with Wisconsin Lottery scratch games. It's Candy Blast, the sweet new $3 game that's chock full of fun. Use your symbols to match and reveal an entire game. Win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance at geico.com.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the Herb Chicken Mediterranean Pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
It's my woke up like this migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor sample, and special purchase furniture and mattresses must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 3 years store-wide. Only at Ashley Home Store.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608 this morning, the story of a couple of local kids working to change the gaming industry.
Josh Breider is live in Sun Prairie with the story this morning. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. We're talking about Code Ninjas. We're just outside of their Sun Prairie location this morning, but this is more than just coding. We're talking about the evolution of esports right now. There are 2 Madison area girls who are doing their part to change this trend by getting more female participation. Officials say this is a great way for kids to gain problem solving, critical thinking, and STEM skills in a fun, safe, and inspiring environment. And that feeling is mutual for 15-year-old Matea Jones, who tells me it's one of the things she's been able to look forward to the last couple of years.
It was like the pandemic in 2021. It was like I would just go here twice a week, and that was like the only thing I really did to get out of the house, so that was really nice.
Both Matei and teammate Lily Schultz qualified to go to nationals this past summer and are extremely talented. They've been a part of the league since it started in late 2020 and both have interests in potentially making gaming a future career. If you'd like to learn more about esports or what they do here at Code Ninjas, you can go to this story. I've posted a link up on channel3000.com this morning, guys. There's a lot of talent right there. I didn't really know it all went into the whole video game things, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of teamwork to be able to get the job done.
Yeah, and making a career out of it, Josh, how likely is something like that to happen? I mean, is it like the same as someone saying, well, I'm going to play professional basketball whenever I get older? Is it similar, or is it easier to get into professional esports?
I think it's pretty similar. It sounds like, you know, with the way technology is changing, you know, this is the way of the future. There's going to be more of this evolving as we go here in the next couple of years. And being that they're 15 and 11 years old, they're going to have some time to work on those skills over the next few years. And who knows what's going to be there here by when we reach 2030. We've seen technology change a lot over the last few years especially. So I know that they're going to have a bright future ahead of them for sure.
Yeah, you can certainly make some big bucks online. I've certainly heard of this. Josh Bright, a really interesting story this morning. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Hey, the Badger men's basketball team, red hot right now in the Big Ten, carrying a 6-game win streak into last night's game against Northwestern. Badgers shooting lights out from three-point range in the first half, including that half-court shot from Chucky Hepburn to go into halftime with a 6-point lead. Johnny Davis would put the dagger in with kind of an awkward three there with a couple of minutes left in the game. Doesn't matter, though. It still counts, and the Badgers won 82-76. They now share a piece of first place in the Big Ten with Illinois.
Pretty cool. All right, to the Bucks now. If you're going to the game tonight, make sure to wear your jersey inside out. That's because it's Inside Out Night, and the idea comes from a couple of kids in our area. It's a theme created by a group of students from Beloit Memorial High School. Jaheim Harrell, Paul Allen, Griffin Obernerder, and Ryan Mechanic won a Milwaukee Bucks theme night competition. They say it's meant to raise awareness on mental health concerns. The Bucks host the Memphis Grizzlies at Fiserv Forum tonight. Tip-off is at 7.
That'll be cool to see.
Yeah, that's really neat.
6:16. Austin Kopnitsky's tracking those plummeting temperatures this morning. Hey, Austin.
Hello. And since the morning I got in this morning, it was 29 degrees. Now it is 15 degrees. So these temperatures continue to fall. Northwesterly breeze of around 12 miles per hour. It makes it feel like it's just 2 degrees outside right now. So already a cold start to our day. Doppler track does look great, however, so we're not really looking at snow chances for today. We're really going to focus in on these temperatures. 15, but by the time we reach this afternoon, we're going to see lower teens. And these upper single digits that we have for our northwestern communities likely going to stay there as well here for much of the rest of today. So a cold afternoon, and this is aided by that northwesterly breeze that continues to push through. This will stay between around 10 and 20 miles per hour. Camp Douglas now right around that range. Madison at about 12 miles per hour. Lone Rock currently seeing 17. Now later on this afternoon, again, that high temperature is pretty much getting set right now. But then we're still going to see some sunshine, but with that breeze, that's going to make it actually feel like it's right around 0. Air temperatures even only reaching those lower teens here in the Madison area for the afternoon. Wind chill advisory is also going to go into effect at midnight tonight, lasting through noon tomorrow. So that's where we're going to see some of our coldest air moving through. At times, it could feel like it's about 10 to even 25 below 0.
All right, Austin, thank you very much. 6:17, AT&T and Verizon say they're delaying their 5G rollout near some of the nation's biggest airports. It comes after CEOs from 10 airlines asked the Biden administration to intervene in the already delayed rollout. Airlines estimate 1,000 flight disruptions per day because of possible interference with radar altimeters that pilots use to land in low visibility conditions. But the telecommunications industry has said that these fears are unfounded and that there haven't been problems in other countries with 5G.
Here at the Dane County Regional Airport, the 5G service launch doesn't happen in Madison for a while, so it's not really a factor for flights arriving here. But of the current 18 nonstop destinations for travelers flying out of Madison, 17 of those cities will now see new 5G service tomorrow, the lone exception being Fort Myers.
The TSA set a new record for the number of firearms discovered at U.S. airports. The TSA says it seized over 5,900 guns at security checkpoints in 2021. That is 1,500 more than the previous record set in 2019. The TSA says the majority of those firearms were loaded, too. First-time offenders could face anywhere from a $3,000 to $10,000 fine.
One of the biggest tech acquisitions in years is expected to go through. Microsoft announcing it will pay nearly $70 billion cash for its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Activision is the video game studio behind blockbuster hits like Warcraft, Overwatch, and Call of Duty. This transition will make Microsoft the third largest gaming company by revenue. The deal is set to close in 2023.
Researchers say they've found trends in studies done on school closures during the pandemic. The review published in JAMA Pediatrics looked at 36 studies from 11 countries conducted in 2020. Almost all the studies documented a decline in children's mental health and well-being, including increased anxiety and symptoms of depression. They also noted a decrease in physical activity.
Just about 6:20 now. Coming up, state lawmakers making a push for a new official state cheese. More on that in a few minutes.
And in our next half hour, details on a car crash that killed a Madison High School student. Stay with us.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Come join the amazing team of compassionate caregivers at the one and only Attic Angel Community. Attic Angel Community of Madison is looking for skilled RNs and CNAs and offers shift differentials and on-demand pay, tuition reimbursement, wellness center, and much more. CNAs starting at $18 an hour. We also offer rewarding careers in housekeeping and food service. Apply online today at atticangel.org. Come join the one and only Attic Angel Community.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
More epic than standing at the throat of a volcano. More epic than shredding the gnar. More epic than Julie doing 3 things at once. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save big on the original Doctor's Choice lineup, starting at only $664.99. Check out the Summit Eurotop for only $332.49. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Shop the epic sell-off today, only at Denver Mattress.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Well, Tammy's given us a look at what Austin says is a pretty rare phenomenon, a sun pillar.
Hard to get good pictures of him too. So,
really?
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. I like it, Tammy.
You a big deal, Tammy.
Yeah,
gorgeous
good stuff.
Loving it.
And still some snow on the ground too. That's not going anywhere over the next few days.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right,
we did lose a bit of our snow, didn't we?
Yesterday we did. Yeah. I saw some little streams going down the street.
I saw some grass as well under some snow.
Of grass out there.
And we'll get to the weather in a second, but we really don't have snow in the forecast.
Not too much. Yeah, maybe a dusting at times here and there, but that's about it.
All right, Tammy, thanks for that picture. Got us talking. Make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social so we can find and share our favorites.
All right, some controversial news here. State lawmakers are talking about making Colby the official cheese of Wisconsin. This is a proposal introduced back in 2019. It's been a theme for years. Residents and lawmakers have tried to give this a shot now for a while because of Colby, Wisconsin. That was the birthplace of Colby cheese. Some argue, though, that approving Colby would undermine the state's many other cheeses.
This has us talking this morning. Bit of a controversy. Chris, why don't you share your take?
I don't know. You can't ask me to choose just one to make, to make it the state cheese. There's so many other good cheeses out there. I hate it. All these internet, polls and everything asking me you can only choose 3. One's got to go. Why can't we just keep them all?
I think you can keep them all. It's like the state flower is violet, but are you just buying your wife violets? No. Like you can still partake in other cheeses and flowers.
But it would raise the importance of that cheese. It would give it more. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't know.
Here's what I think is going on. I don't think Chris Stanford likes Colby.
Oh.
Hot take.
It's fine.
See, there you go. Told
there
ya.
it is. There it is.
If this was, a mild cheddar, or maybe a sharp cheddar, you'd be throwing your weight behind it.
It's hard to beat a nice sharp cheddar cheese.
I knew it.
It really is.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll agree with that all day.
Hey, I'll take any cheese. I'm not very picky.
Yeah. All right, hit us with some weather, Austin.
Oh, man, it's going to be cold. Right now, it's 15 degrees. That's our high temperature. This afternoon, we're going to see those temperatures actually sliding a little bit, where it's going to feel like it's in the lower teens, and the actual wind chills will feel like it's around 0, thanks to that northwesterly breeze. Now, wind chill advisory is not in effect right now, but they will start to go into effect at midnight tonight, lasting through noon tomorrow. That's where we're going to see some of our coldest temperatures. It could even feel like it's about 10 to 25 degrees below 0 at times tomorrow.
Thanks, Austin. Stick around, folks. If you like Colby, email me. Let me know. Try to change my mind. We'll be back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off frames with any lens purchase.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Raminator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders. Let's go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get ripped up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 16 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game. So you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR for 60 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
we talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
The Washington Swamp. Ron Johnson's up to his neck in it. It's no surprise Johnson broke his promise to only serve 2 Senate terms as his net worth doubled in office. Johnson pushed for a new tax loophole for the wealthiest Americans, personally benefited from the tax break, and 2 of his biggest donors pocketed millions. Ron Johnson's deep in the swamp, out for himself, not us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Right now, Chandler Halderson back in court today. The final pieces of evidence being presented by the prosecution.
And it's warmer outside right now than it's going to be later on this afternoon. So how low will the temperatures go? I'll have an update coming up.
Plus, how you can order at-home rapid COVID tests for free. The details on how to get yours. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchine.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. State prosecutors expected to rest their case today against Chandler Halderson.
The trial resumed with continued analysis of physical evidence that links Halderson to the murder of his parents, Krista and Bart. Last week, prosecutors established a piece of tape with a fingerprint on it was found stuck to a tarp with bloodstains that matched Bart Halderson's data. Yesterday, a state crime lab analyst testified she was able to match that piece of duct tape to a roll of duct tape found in the Halderson home. Laura Madison, a print examiner for the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, says she received a full set of fingerprints from Chandler Halderson, and the fingerprint on the piece of tape did match the print of Halderson's left ring finger.
I'm going to look to see if I can find a same grouping that corresponds. If there's correspondence, I will continue to go back and forth until there's enough sufficient data and to either identify or exclude. Where I made the powder tape lit.
Madison also testified she was able to match footprints on 2 tarps of interest in the case to a pair of Chandler Halderson's shoes. Testimony last week found the blood of Bart and Krista Halderson left on Chandler's shoes.
The first thing that I'm going to compare is when we're looking at this, we're going to look at the outsole design, and that's going to be your general overall pattern that's on the bottom of the shoe. So we'll be looking at, and you can see pretty clearly that the pattern at the bottom of the shoe is similar. If there was an
During cross-examination, Halderson's defense team noted the crime lab would have no way of knowing how or when the fingerprint or shoe prints would have been made. If the prosecution does rest its case today as expected, we'll hear the defense's case starting tomorrow.
We have in-depth analysis of every day of testimony online on Channel 3000 right now. You can also find all of that information on our Channel 3000 mobile app.
Signs, balloons, and candles marking the place where a 14-year-old Madison boy was killed in a car crash. They're a painful reminder of how quickly life can be taken away. Benjamin Blunt describing his oldest son, Jeremiah Bloomfield, as a kind and loving young man. The kind of person who was a friend to anyone he was around. He was a freshman at La Follette High School. The crash happened Saturday night. Jeremiah and his younger brother, Benjamin Jr., were riding in a car to go buy snacks for a family movie night just before 8 o'clock. It was just a few minutes later, their uncle, who was driving, called their dad to let him know that they'd been in a serious accident. The father making it to the crash scene quickly near the Quick Trip on Schrader Road just off the Beltline.
That I'm in pain, that I failed my kids, that I let somebody take my son's life. That it's like so much stuff going through my head, I can't even focus.
Jeremiah's younger brother, Benjamin Jr., was also in the car. He has broken bones and is seriously injured. Witnesses say they saw someone running from the other vehicle involved in this crash. That person was later arrested, but so far have not been charged in relation to the wreck.
We have some breaking news this morning. Fitchburg police looking for an armed robbery suspect who stole from a gas station overnight. According to a police report, a man walked into the Capital Petro gas station on South Cyan Road and held a handgun up to the cashier. He got away with money and some merchandise. The cashier wasn't hurt. Witnesses say the robber sped off from the gas station in a newer model white SUV. Anyone who might have been in that area, maybe you saw something, you're asked to call Fitchburg police.
6:33 now. Well, Austin Kopnitsky in for Chris Reese this morning, and how things have changed since even we got into work today.
Oh my goodness. It's about almost 20 degrees colder right now than just about 3-4 hours ago, and we're going to continue in that downward trajectory. But thankfully, now that we're going to start to see that sun rising, that should really cut off how low those temperatures are going to go. Still falling through this morning, but we're going to really bottom out around those lower teens for most of us by the afternoon, and it's going to be breezy out of the northwest at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. An alert day in the forecast for tomorrow. A few flurry chances as well for this weekend. That alert day for tomorrow, not for snowfall. It's just going to be for some bitter cold conditions. Doppler track looks great even regionally right now. So taking a closer look at the state of Wisconsin, and there's just no issues right now. So we're not really going to talk too much about snow today. We're going to talk about those cold temperatures. Future track does show by this afternoon upper single digits and low teens. It's about all we're looking at. Then those temperatures fall back down here to around 0 and even about 5 degrees below 0 for later on tonight. This is also where it's going to feel its coldest over the next few days, just because we're still going to hang on to a little bit of that breeze. But by the time we actually reach Friday morning, that breeze really does shut off, but the temperatures will actually be a little bit colder. So the air temperatures will be colder, but tomorrow morning will actually feel a little bit on the cooler side of things whenever you compare the 2 days together. Take a look at the future track. I'll show you just that, with a stronger breeze expected for tomorrow morning, between around 10 and 20, possibly even 25 below 0. But then we take a peek here towards the afternoon. Even with temperatures rising to those upper single digits, we're still going to feel like it's around 0 or below. But thankfully, with the wind not being nearly as strong here by the time we reach Friday morning, it's still going to feel like the actual air temperatures with a lack of a wind chill for most of that Friday morning. But wind chill advisories will go into effect tonight at midnight, lasting through noon tomorrow. So even a good portion of tomorrow is going to be under that wind chill advisory, where it is going to remain quite cold, and that's why we have that alert day in the forecast. Low temperature between around 5 to 10 below 0 at times, and that's generally for Thursday night into Friday morning. But Thursday morning is going to be that coldest time there. Wind chills between around 10 and 25 in that morning. Even towards the afternoon, wind chills between around 0 and 10 below throughout the day. Not a lot of warmth in our extended forecast. Also, not a lot of snow chances. Right now, our best chance looks to be on Monday, that high of only 17, but a few flurries and snow showers are looking pretty likely right now.
What do you think about that Tuesday next week? Think that'll be an alert day too?
Oh, if it keeps up this trend that it is right now, I do think it would be another alert day. But with these models still quite a few days away, we could see some changes. But right now, it's trending in that direction.
All right, Austin, with that first warn, thank you very much. News 3 now, your coronavirus headquarters. Omicron-fueled COVID cases are still surging across the country. More than 5.4 million Americans tested positive last week. That's a new record. Omicron now accounts for nearly all U.S. infections. The CDC says it's caused 99.5% of new cases in the last week. On the East Coast, doctors say the peak there is behind them, with cases and hospitalizations going down in recent days.
In the middle of widespread COVID test shortages, you're now able to request free at-home tests from the federal government. The Biden administration also announcing plans to provide 400 million N95 masks to Americans. New website, covidtest.gov, is now live this morning. It went live yesterday, a day earlier than expected. So now every household can request 4 tests a month for free. You don't have to be insured to get them. Americans with private insurance are still eligible to get reimbursed for up to 8 other rapid tests every month.
By having a program where these things are both easy to get and low to no cost, we start to address some of those disparities. Making that more accessible for folks actually benefits all of us.
So if you have ordered those, tests will ship out within 7 to 12 days of ordering through the U.S. Postal Service. We expect to learn more about those N95 masks later today.
Authorities say 3 people are now dead after an apartment fire at a senior living community in Kenosha Monday night. 4 more residents were injured in the fire, and a Kenosha police officer had to go to the hospital for smoke inhalation. The fire started at the Saxony Manor Apartments around 9:30. The cause is still under investigation.
All right, temps plummeting, and that has a lot of you thinking about warming up your car this morning.
Yeah, McKenna Alexander joins us with some advice on how to do that without putting you at risk of car theft or damaging your engine. Good morning, McKenna.
Yeah, good morning, you two. Well, in Wisconsin, we're always looking for ways to stay warm. And one of the most common heat hacks is to start your car 5 to 10 minutes before you drive. But before you do, here are some things to know. While plenty of us are guilty of pre-warming the car, most mechanics actually advise against it, as doing so strains the engine. Instead, try starting it just 30 seconds early, then bundling up to drive. The car will heat up faster when it's accelerating. Not to mention, starting the car and then sitting in it for just that half minute means your car isn't idling with the keys in the ignition while you're inside. You might be thinking about skipping out on scraping your windshield as well. Head on over to channel3000.com to learn why you shouldn't and how much that could cost you.
All right, McKenna Alexander. A lot of us do this.
Yep.
I myself do it. You know, I like a warmer car, at least a little bit warmer whenever I head out to work in the morning. So, like, really good stuff to keep in mind this morning, McKenna. Thanks. 6:39 now outside this morning. Yeah, temps plummeting 20 degrees even in the morning hours. We're going to track those falling temps and let you know when the bottom will drop out.
And a miracle of a story involving this baby bald eagle and a train. You have to hear it to believe it, and it's up next.
Plus, we're talking about the growing interest in youth esports in the 608.
Madison Magazine Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2022, starting January 23rd through the 28th. For participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to see how easy it is to save on dental bills.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Gobin Cars is having a huge winter sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our winter sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, or vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol, Gobin. Go to Gobin Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're on the 608 this morning with the story of a couple of local kids working to change the gaming industry.
That's a cool story. Josh Sprider is live in Sun Prairie with it. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. We're talking about Code Ninjas. They've got a location on Madison's west side. We're live outside their Sun Prairie location this morning as well. This is one of the area spots giving kids ages 7 to 15 the opportunity to participate in competitive organized video gaming. They get to compete in things like Overwatch, Fortnite, and Rocket League, to name a few. They're actually led by certified coaches and receive access to professional level gaming PCs and even custom jerseys. I'm told it's an engaging game-based curriculum that teaches teamwork, logic, and problem solving. Not only are they gaining some vital life skills, 11-year-old Lily Schultz tells me it's a lot of fun along the way, along with a boost in self-confidence.
I get to kind of make a difference if more females want to join the league, and kind of want to prove that we're just as good as other people and boys that play.
Because this is such a thing of the future, officials here say coding has been called the literacy of the 21st century for good reason. Just like math, science, and literature, coding is a key aspect of understanding how our technologically advanced world works. There's a huge need for this generation not only to understand technology, but also how it works. And if you'd like to learn more about esports or Code Ninjas in general, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. You know, both Matea and Lily, who you've heard from this morning, say that it doesn't take a lot of time. You practice one day a week and then you compete on Saturdays, so it's not a huge time commitment, but what they're getting out of it, guys, is pretty big.
Okay, my hobbies in middle and high school were like learning how to play chess and euchre. Josh, did you do any coding when you were younger?
No, I did not. This is such a thing that has changed over the last couple of years, and they're seeing a growing interest in this stuff because of how much technology has been running our lives now. So I think this really is going to be what kids are going to be doing here in the future, and especially with COVID over the last couple of years, more people are spending more time online. This has been a great way for these kids to still get that, you know, team aspect in while being online. So I think we're going to see more of this.
It's fascinating, really fascinating, interesting stuff. Josh Breider, thank you very much. Remember, let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email him at inthe608@WISC-TV.com.
6:45 now at the state capitol. The group Nate's Mission is bringing in several boxes containing what they say are documents surrounding sexual assault cover-ups in the Catholic Church. The group formed last year in memory of Nate Lindstrom, who was a victim of a priest sexual assault and who ultimately took his own life. Organizers claim the documents presented yesterday mainly focus on the Green Bay and Milwaukee diocese. It's in response to the statewide effort by Attorney General Josh Kaul targeting alleged clergy abuse.
The Peace Corps is celebrating 60 years of service, and now you can see a display showing everything it's accomplished across the world. The display is located in the Capitol Rotunda. It's free and open to the public until the end of the month. They have pictures and plaques to explain what's going on, written by the original photographer. On Saturday, volunteers will be there, too, to talk about the images and what the Peace Corps has meant to them. Since 1961, more than 240,000 Peace Corps volunteers have served in 142 countries.
All right, let's turn over to Austin now with your First Warn Weather, your certified most accurate forecast. Ooh, looking cold out there, Austin.
Yeah, I wish I could be a little more inaccurate here on a morning like this and just say it's going to be 30 degrees outside this afternoon, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. 15 right now, that's our pretty much high temperature for the rest of the day. If you're outside this morning, well, it's going to be about 5 degrees colder on your way home later on tonight. Now, our Doppler track not going to cause any issues for today. We are staying dry. Partly cloudy skies are expected. Maybe some mostly cloudy skies at times here later on this afternoon. But our current temperatures, 15 in Madison, already seeing those single digits just up to our north and northwest, and those cooler temperatures are on the way. So we are really going to see that cool down even throughout these morning hours, really bottoming out in the upper single digits and low teens, but thanks to the wind speeds, this is really one of the main driving factors this morning, and that's why we're cooling down temperatures between 10 and 20 miles per hour. That'll continue for the rest of today, so it is going to be a little on the breezy side of things. That high temperature already set. It's going to drop down to those lower teens by this afternoon, and then it's going to get quite cold here for tonight, so wind chill advisories are going into effect at midnight. Not quite in effect just yet, but that'll start here at midnight, and that'll last through noon tomorrow. So quite a cold stretch. Wind chills during this period could be between around 10 and 25 below zero.
All right, Austin, We appreciate the warning. We do. Thank you very much. 6:47 now. UW La Crosse and Western Technical College providing some learning materials for Afghan refugees who are staying at Fort McCoy. Hundreds of student workbooks, CDs, and DVDs are now available thanks to a donation from National Geographic. The donation will help the students learn English as they prepare to move away from the military installation. And these materials aren't just for kids on the base. Adults are benefiting as well.
A young bald eagle taking a less than desired trip to La Crosse. Really interesting story here. So that eagle was hit by a train in Stockholm, Wisconsin, and then it got stuck in the front rail of the engine for 80 miles.
Amazing that when we got her out, I could not feel any fractures. I will say one of my officers named her Chugga Chugga.
Well, how about that? So the eagle now being taken care of at the Cooley Region Humane Society. Her x-rays showed no major damage to her bones, meaning she'll soon be taken to the Raptor Education Group in Anago for further care. And then once she's on the right track, the young eagle will be released back into the wild where it will hopefully avoid trains for the rest of its life.
Let's just repeat that one more time. She was stuck to the front of a train for 80 miles.
I can't believe it. What a miracle, right?
And no fractured bones. They think she's going to be released into the wild. I mean, my goodness.
Well, here's to a speedy recovery.
And a beautiful bird.
Yeah.
6:49 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, a major lawmaker in Wisconsin retiring and new images from an ash-covered island of Tonga.
If you've got a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
From open borders, increasing crime, and rising inflation, Democrat policies are weakening America. When I ran in 2016, I intended to serve a second term and go home. But today, our nation is on a very dangerous path. If you could help make America safer and stronger, would you walk away? I've decided I can't. I'll stand and fight for freedom. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I love America and Wisconsin, just like you.
New year, new shape.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
You deserve to do something for yourself this year. And with Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Help us help you by getting vaccinated and wearing a mask.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
State prosecutors are expected to rest their case against Chandler Halderson this afternoon. The trial resumed yesterday after taking a break because of Halderson's positive COVID-19 test. The prosecution spent the day questioning forensic scientists on things like fingerprints and shoe prints that have linked Halderson to his parents' murders. You can find a full in-depth analysis of the trial up right now on channel3000.com.
The Biden administration announcing plans to provide 400 million N95 masks for free to Americans. Meanwhile, today's the official launch of the White House's new website, covidtest.gov. It rolled out yesterday, allowing Americans to order 4 at-home rapid tests to be shipped out in the next week or two. The tests are reliable, but people with symptoms who test negative should still follow up with a PCR test.
A group of Wisconsin Republican lawmakers are unveiling a package of bills they say will help address the state's workforce shortage. The Stronger Workforce Initiative includes more than half a dozen individual bills. You can read about their specific details up on channel3000.com.
Representative Jim Steineke, the majority leader in the Wisconsin Assembly, will not seek re-election. In a statement yesterday, he said that it's time for someone new to take over. Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos thanking Steineke for his time in government. Steineke first elected to the Assembly back in 2010, representing the 5th Assembly District. He's been majority leader since 2014.
Authorities say 3 people are now dead after an apartment fire at a senior living community in Kenosha Monday night. 4 more residents were injured, and a Kenosha police officer went to the hospital for smoke inhalation. It started at the Saxony Manor Apartments around 9:30 p.m. The cause is still under investigation.
The off-duty Milwaukee police detective who was shot multiple times while intervening in an attempted robbery last week is now out of the hospital. Cheers as the detective walked out. Dozens of his fellow officers there to show support. Police say the detective saw someone trying to carjack a DoorDash driver when he stepped in. 3 teenagers have been formally charged in connection to the shooting. 2 of them are in custody.
The cost of filling up will likely keep going up. Crude oil prices in the U.S. rose 1.9% yesterday, finishing at over $85 a barrel. That's a high not seen since October 2014. Gas prices, which lag behind oil prices, have been on the rise recently, and analysts expect that trend to continue. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of unleaded is $3.31.
New images taken by New Zealand's Defence Force showing Tonga's shorelines and vegetation blanketed in volcanic ash. The Pacific island has been isolated from the rest of the world after an eruption of an underwater volcano Saturday. Tonga police told the New Zealand High Commission that the confirmed death toll stood at 2, but with communications cut, the true extent of casualties was not clear.
Yet another high-profile event being impacted by COVID. The Grammy Awards, originally scheduled for later this month, will now be held in Las Vegas on Sunday, April 3rd. That's a week after the Academy Awards. It's going to be held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas with The Daily Show host Trevor Noah as MC. And there's a call this morning to reduce plastic pollution from some of the biggest plastic polluters. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nestle, and others are asking the United Nations to implement a global pact that reduces production of the material and increases recycling. The plea comes a month before the UN's Environmental Assembly will meet.
And we can only cross our fingers on that. But how low will the temperatures go today? We're going to start at around 15 degrees. That's where our current temps are, but we're going to see these falling into the lower teens by this afternoon. An alert day in the forecast for Thursday. That morning, it's going to feel like it's between around 10 and 25 below zero. By the afternoon, a high of 9 degrees. Wind chills still going to feel like it's around 0 to 10 below. And another final peek of our extended forecast. It's going to be a cold one overall.
Austin, thank you very much. Stay with News 3 Now this morning for news and weather updates coming up in half an hour.